Donovan, another 40-point night, your third in a row.
We won this time.
Yes, you did win this time too. It seemed like there wasn't a real sense of urgency for much of the night, and you kind of carried the team in ways. How do you know when you have to do that?
I could sense, a little bit of fatigue through guys, and part of being a young group and not really being in the playoffs, understanding that some nights there's really no room to be tired, even if you are. And, that's nothing against everybody, and I was tired. We're all tired. But at the end of the day, just trying to be a spark. And we responded. Sometimes it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be perfect. And the way we responded really stands out. We didn't start out great, but the way we responded to fatigue, to a team that pushes the pace. Like, there are not a lot of teams that just run, and they're just running. So not only are you fatigued, but then you got a team that's just running out really with, I don't want to say no direction, but they're just running and just doing different things. So, we buckled down and locked in, and that was good. So for me, just coming out, just trying to be aggressive, setting that tone, and everybody else follows suit, and that's my job as a leader.
Did you think that fatigue was a result of Friday night?
No. We lost that game.
And then, is there anything that Evan does defensively that surprises you still?
At this rate, no. He's just, just assuming he's always going to be there for us. He didn't really, I was going to say he didn't really have he had 14 and 16. It felt like, offensively he was a little off, and for him to have a night like that on both sides of the ball, 4 block shots, that was the biggest thing that stood out, when the offense isn't going, as good as it typically has been for him. He was there for us in the paint to protect us. Obviously, having Jared Allen back is phenomenal. But Evan, man, he just does it in different ways. 5 offensive boards, 4 assists, no turnovers, and 4 block shots with the 14 and 16. That says a lot about him and his growth, because there's going to be nights where the shot just isn't falling, or it's not falling at the rate that it typically has been for him. And, he's playing 40 a night, and he's getting there and continues to play, and that's big time for us.
Joe, do you have a playoff mode?
I think everybody does. I think at some point there's just a switch in understanding that you're preparing your mind, your body, for that. I think some guys it's post All-Star, some guys it's a little bit later after All-Star. And for me it's just about, testing myself, through different situations. Like tonight, being a little fatigued, just trying to push through that, understanding that at the end of the day, we got rest coming up. We got 6 days off coming up, so I'll be fine, but just trying to find ways to continue to build my conditioning on both ends of the floor, and just being able to stay in that rhythm and keep going. And, obviously it's been working well, but, there's a level, I would say, I wouldn't call it, I guess you could call it playoff mode, but there's a level that you have to get to, that you raise your game to, and that's what I'm trying to do, and I think we're all trying to do that.
It could be like curtailing social media or trying to sleep more or doing anything differently than you do the other however many months a year.
I don't I'm not on Twitter right now. I think it's been I don't really know how long. I'm a kid still, so it feels like it's been forever. But that's something that I started this year. I don't know how long ago it was, probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I have my assistant tweet out the game day tweet. So I just, I think that's something that it is just kind of being off that, off the noise, off of you guys, to be honest, because you guys' job is to report, and at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, you got to be locked in. You can't really be out there with the perceptions of the world. I got to be the best player I can for this team, and that's something that I started to do. And just continuing to find different ways to ease your mind and put yourself in that zone, to be ready to go.
Darryl, you're a writer, 923 The Fan. Donovan, you talked about overcoming fatigue and going against a team that runs you up and down the floor like that. How much can a game like this, though, help you guys for what's coming?
Yeah. Especially after you look at we played Atlanta before New York, right? Am I wrong in that, or is it Houston? I'm saying the game before. Yeah, so it's Atlanta. You go Atlanta, New York, and then this one. You look at those 3 games. All 3 of them different, but all 3 of them high intensity playoff type games. And we lost. Obviously, we lost 2 out of the 3, but that's what it's going to be, and we've had 2 days off between one, then 1 day off. Like, that's what the playoff series is. Sometimes you play Sunday, Tuesday. Sometimes you play the day with the 1 day in between. So just understanding and just getting used to that, and getting used to that competition. And, sometimes it's going to be fatigue, but in the playoffs, there's no such thing, That's the biggest thing with these guys, is understanding that there's not going to be a day where it's like, oh man, my legs are heavy today. It's like, whoever we play, they don't give a damn. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest step. That's another thing of just not knowing, because they haven't been, and understanding that there's no time for that. We got to continue to push through, and I think we responded tonight, to that. It's not just going to come out and guys are going to just figure it out. We responded well to that, and I'm happy with the way we ended the game, and continue to push forward.
You guys had another fourth quarter where you allowed less than 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
You found a way to get some stops there. What is it about this group late in games, even when maybe it's not going the way you guys want, but you do find a way to bring that defensive intensity late? Yeah,
just being able to be there for each other. Setting that tone. Like I said, Jared Allen coming back is huge. Dean Wade played phenomenally for us as well. Karis LeVert as well. And just understanding that, we've made a run, make a push. Offense leads to our defense. Even when we weren't making shots in the fourth, we were still guarding. That's the biggest thing, is the defense carries. And, we did a good job of that, especially in the fourth. And that's who we are. That's who we've been. And we just got to continue to keep building on that.
Rachel Hill, WOVU, that was actually going to be my question about having Jarrett back. Yeah. What does that mean to his team?
Man, he's an unsung hero. I don't know what our record is without him, but it doesn't feel like we win a lot, our defense slips a little bit, and that's a big testament to him. And also Isaac's obviously not out there too, and him, Evan, and Isaac are all three defensive caliber players and should be on the all defensive team, in my opinion. They're the heart and soul of our defense. J.A. especially, to have him back out there doing the little things, it's great to have a guy like that just continuously, trying to push back, come back from an injury, come back, obviously a little winded, and still being able to compete and dominate, the way he did in different ways. And, that speaks a lot about him, his maturity level, his selflessness, and being able to give for the team. And, it's great to have him back out there.
Marissa McNeese, Chronicle Telegram. Donovan, we talked with JB pregame about Darius being up for Teammate of the Year, and he has obviously another solid performance tonight. From your perspective, what makes him such a great teammate?
His energy, good day, bad day. He's always there, I think he has the pulse of the group. He has everybody's ear, and that's at a young age to have everybody's ear. That's something that's, speaks a lot about his character. And I think that's one of the first things I noticed about him, is that he's so poised for his age. And even while he's still learning, he's still able to, be coachable, coach as well, like to be able to teach as well, and he's a guy he's always standing up on the bench, cheering for guys, always, giving his 2 cents. And even when things are going great and things are going well and things aren't going well, he's always the same guy, same teammate for us. And, make sure everybody goes and vote for him, where the camera's at, but make sure you go vote for him. And, he deserves that award, and he's a great teammate to be around.
Do you find that, when you say he has a coaching ability, when he kind of commands that, guys are listening?
Yeah, I think that's what stands out, is he commands that attention. When he speaks, people listen. And that says a lot about a guy who's in his fourth year. And obviously, this is his second real winning season, and to have the level of maturity throughout the process is huge, and continue to get better as well on the floor.
Last one, yeah.
Hey Donovan, Wiley Johari, Spectrum News. 5 years since this city has seen the postseason, and I've been talking to some of these fans, and there's just this renewed buzz, excitement. I'm sure you feel it. How do you respond to it? And I know you've been to the postseason, but does it feel maybe perhaps more thrilling this time around?
I think the biggest thing for me is being able to bring that, that energy and that vibe as to the city. I felt it when I got traded here. I didn't realize, the level or the magnitude of, the fan base here. I think it's something that's going to be truly special. I think. Oh, damn, Ev. That's Ev telling me to hurry up. I think, I came here for the finals my rookie year when they played Golden State, and I saw it, with my own eyes. So now to be a part of it, I felt, you feel it during the next game, when you run out on the court, and I think everybody kind of sensed that you feel that vibe. So for us to make it back here, to be here is great. We're not satisfied with just being here. I don't think the city's satisfied. I think we have expectations to win and do well. And, I think that's the biggest thing on our mind is, and I tell everybody, like, it's great to be here, but at the end of the day, we have things to prove and continue to get better at and continue to win. So that's pretty much where our mindset is. And as great as it is, it's a blessing. We're not going to, forget the little things throughout a season, but understanding that, we have stuff to prove. It's going to be a tough series, whoever we play first round, and, looking to push past that and get to the championship. Thank you.
Thanks, man.